Is social media evil? Well, let's find out. Hello everyone, this is Nusrat. I'm a hacker and a fitness enthusiast, and today I'm going to talk about something different. Well, you can call it a life hack, but let's not go there. So, is social media evil? We seem to give it a bad name, right? We call Instagram something that distracts us, something that wants to make us compare to other people. We talk about Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We talk about all these things, that these are the things that drift us away from the more serious things in life, that makes us question ourselves, that makes us, you know, that brings out all our insecurities. But is it really like that? Is it social media's fault? Let's investigate. Okay, so why is the reason that we feel this way? I am about to share with you something a bit different. I have come back from a 2 years social media break challenge, which means for 2 years I did not post anything on social media. I mean, I did cheat once in a while, like once in 2 months, but I want to tell you the story because I want to share with you what my experience was. Well, just like many of you who are viewing this right now, you're probably watching it because you probably felt the same way. I used to feel like social media is just taking me away from my life goal. For example, I wanted to scroll Facebook all the time. If there was nothing to do, I had to scroll the home page. If I had something to do, I still had to scroll it. It was like addictive. I was completely hooked to my smartphone, to my laptop. It was crazy. And I also felt very compelled to share my lunch on Instagram, to share every single detail, my selfie, my what am I going to do that day, what my cat would eat. It was crazy, and I felt like, this is not how life is supposed to be like. I'm supposed to experience life. I'm supposed to eat lunch, not post it with a very, nice filter, and then after a few likes and stuff, and then contemplate on having it. That's not how life was, right? Even in the 80s or the 90s, I'm a 90s kid, by the way. Yo, 90s kids there. So, you know what it feels like. We did not have a life so glued to all this social media and phones and chats, and to be honest, all this 24/7 connection thing, I really don't know how it works, because I need my space. I don't want to be called, I don't want to be texted every single second of the day. I want my own sanity. I want my own peace, right? I don't know if that relates with some of you, or I guess it does because you're here. So I took this break and I wanted to see how I feel. So, I began with a 6 months challenge in January 2020. I felt horrible. I felt like I someone without, weed would feel. It was like I had this withdrawals. I felt like taking out my phone the first few months, by the way. I felt like taking out my phone. I have to see what's happening over Facebook. I have to scroll Instagram. I have to scroll Facebook. But then slowly that voice went away. As days went by, I began to feel more comfortable, and that was when the pandemic also began. So I cut myself off from social media. At the same time, everybody cut off. It was a very strange experience, and later I guess I really eased it down to seeing Facebook once a day, or not just scrolling, but seeing somebody whom I want to see, or seeing a specific Instagram post I want to see. Like, I want to see some push-up or some fitness stuff, and I would, not every day by the way, just like once a week or something. And slowly, very what should I say, with a lot of pain, with a lot of hard work, I finally went back to that 80s state, when I would be listening to some rock music late night without chatting to anybody, without posting about it on Facebook, where I would see rainfall without wanting to put a Facebook status about it, or without wanting to that's my cat, oh don't get burned, kitty. Okay, without wanting to, uh, putting a picture about rainfall or clouds or flowers, or I lived an invisible life, it was like I had fun, I had my problems, I had my all sorts of emotions, but I could totally experience every single moment. However, I miss social media. I miss sharing with people. I miss talking to people. Even then, it wasn't really as bad as it was on the beginning. So after 6 months passed, I continued the challenge. I went for 1 year. After 1 year, it became 2 years. And then I felt a bit of difference in me. I became more interested in, philosophy, books, novels, music. I developed different habits. I developed different tastes. I painted, I sketched, I wrote stuffs, and I got lots and lots of new hobbies. I cannot even express that. And I'm sure if any of you have done this social media break thing, you can completely relate to that. But do we need to completely cut ourselves off from social media? I don't think so. It's such an amazing tool. I'm being able to connect with all of you through it, right? That is what I realized during the end of my challenge, which brought me here. I have learned so much during this time when I was away hiding from my Facebook and Instagram, because I was still on YouTube. I was still exploring different stuffs. I was looking at programming YouTube channels. I was looking at travel. I was looking at how monks spend their life in monasteries, or some really niche stuff. And I realized that the real reason I was being able to see these, I was being able to learn through these YouTube videos, is because these people did not hide themselves, or did not cut themselves off social media like I was. They came and they performed and they taught, and that's the reason I learned from them. And so many of us, I feel like we can definitely use it in a more positive way. We can try to share our not problems. We can try and share, we can try and inspire one another. We can use Instagram as a way to get inspired instead of getting our insecurities turned up. We can try to look at posts of people whom we love, whom we want to be with, or whom we want to learn from, right? And if you have someone in your social media you do not like, who doesn't make you feel good, just cut off. Your energy is important. Just cut off from them. We don't even need to explain to them why you're muting them, or why you're not being with them. You just keep those people in your social media who matters to you, and also balance it out. You don't need to be on it all the time, you don't need to be off it all the time. Just be there when you feel like. Watch in social media what you feel like, what really interests you. You don't have to watch what Facebook scroll or homepage gives you. You can choose what you want to see, you can choose what you want to learn, and you can choose who you want to be around. With that, I will say that no, social media is not evil. It's a very kind and it's a blessing, and you can continue using it as a blessing. If you share my opinion, let me know. If you think it's not true, if you think that yeah, somehow it is evil, let me know in the comments below. And thank you for spending time with me. I hope you subscribe to me to stay tuned to more such videos. Thank you. Take care.